Well, good morning. My 5,000 mile what the heck I think of this bike. It's not a review. It's just what I'm gonna go over. And forgive me, I'm still waking up. Gotta have me a little bit more synthetic caffeine. We'll just kick it off with the suspension on this bike. The suspension, I weigh 230 pounds and I've ridden this fully loaded going through Moab. Now fully loaded varies on the person's packing. So each person's packing list is different. And before I went to Utah, I made a video of what I had in my saddlebags. So 230 pounds, fully loaded, ready to go on a 10-day trip. The suspension, never had a problem with it. Heck, the first time I got this bike and took it on the trails, I was jumping with it. So where my Africa Twin bottomed out, this thing felt like what a rally truck looks like. Whenever I hit that jump, and I say jump, it maybe came about a foot off of the ground and then on the landing. But I did set the suspension up, get the sag right, and made it to where how I like it. Depending on what you're gonna do, it doesn't matter. The suspension on this, I think, doesn't need to be touched personally, because what are you actually going to be doing with this bike? You can do a lot. I can say that. You can do a lot. I've done a lot with this bike. The seat, I don't know what kind of boards people have sat on before or what kind of pillows or cushions, but this seat for me is awesome. The Africa Twin, that seat was horrible. My ass hurt an hour into a ride. I mean hurt, it's like, this sucks. I don't know what people are talking about with this seat whenever they say it's hard, but I don't know if I got lucky, but I think this is the comfort seat or the ergo. I don't know, it's just so comfortable. So that helps with the suspension as well. You know, suspending your ass from hurting. This bike handles just great, which is why they sell so many. People, it's once you ride one of these bikes and ride it the way that it's supposed to be ridden or the way that you want to ride it, it doesn't matter. But once you get it set up, this bike, KTM makes a badass bike. I'm not gonna lie. Their chassis is just, I mean, it handles very well. So, but tires plays a lot in handling. So right now I'm running the front and rear Dunlop Trail Max Mission. These tires have worked very well so far. I've taken it on the trails, these gravel roads. The only thing that's different with the Trail Max Mission is that since it does have more of a solid pattern and not a lug pattern like dirt bike, you do get a little more fishiness, but squeeze with your knees, keep your elbows out, no big deal. Let the bike just wiggle. So it's not a big deal. And it's not bad, really. You can just feel that something feels different. I don't know what else to say about the handling. It really does feel like a sport bike and a dirt bike just kind of did their thing on this. So these engineers really pulled a magic trick, because I can get out here, hit the twisties and have fun, and I can get out here on these back roads and have fun. I can do everything. The only limiting factor is, like, if you want to get on the trails, is the dadgum weight of this bike. Hey, but it is still lighter than any other heavyweight bike. It really is. It's lighter, and it's got a buttload of horsepower. Who the heck is this bike for? Who wants this bike? Well, the person that wants this bike, I truly believe, does not need to be a beginner at all. This is not a beginner bike. This bike will get your ass in trouble really quick. If you're crazy, that's then fine, whatever, get the bike. But this bike is, I don't want to say this point. It's for somebody who performance and handling is above reliability and longevity. But that's where it's kind of that's a touchy subject, because this thing runs so good. Sure, it's not as smooth sounding as a Honda or your big four, you know, the Yamaha. And there's always that little thing in the back of your head, well, is something gonna fail? Is a fuel pump gonna fail? There's always that something, because you hear about it. And in the past, there have been so many problems, but you got to also understand that this company has, over the years, done better. So my only problem with this particular bike is whenever I got it, it had a leaky water pump housing, the leaky water pump housing. So took it back, dealership, warranty, fixed it, whatever, and that's it. So what I'm trying to say is this bike is really for somebody who just wants to get out and rip it, really. But you can cruise on this bike. You can cruise on it, but it wants to be ridden fast, and it is easy to go fast. I mean, I weigh 230 pounds, right? I can do a power wheelie in 3rd gear. I can do clutch ups in 4th gear and ride it out. That's over 100 miles an hour. This bike has some balls. That's just the thing. It really is. It's not a beginner bike. It is not a beginner bike. It is not a beginner bike, so it's not for beginners. How about that? Let's just keep it. It's for everyone else, not for beginners. I think that would be the easiest way to put it. It's for everyone else, not beginners. In 5,000 miles, what mods have I done to this bike? Put a tank bag, put a luggage rack on it. This bracket where you have to take your whole dash off, your whole screen. You got to take the screen off to put this bracket on to mount the Garmin or whatever you want to put on there. That's all the mods that I've done to this bike. MOTO bags and the Tusk rear rack. This bike doesn't need any mods. These crash bars that's on here, the engine guards, they work very well. If you didn't know, I wrecked twice in Moab. Well, it was close. I wrecked twice in Utah. Okay, so I went down twice on my Utah ride. And if you're following along with that, then you know. I didn't record the second one. The second one was bad. And I will eventually get a new windshield. I just got to stop buying crap for the Tenere. But this is all that happened as far as crash worthiness on this bike. Right here. So did that. Just for reference, the ass end came back up and it almost came back over. So the second wreck I had was pretty bad. But this is all that happened to it. So, and got a little scratch right here. And, oh yeah, right here. Did not break this. I cannot believe that the handguard didn't break. Got a little scratch right there on the clutch lever. Scratched the mirror up. The mirror, well, no, not this right here, but this. Got a little bit right here. This was where I had a clamp. That was dumb. So yeah, that's all that happened. This bike's crash worthiness is so good. So good. And I haven't added any more protection to it other than these crash bars that come on it. That is it. Oh my, okay, I forgot about the dadgum exhaust. Yeah, that was dumb. I should have got a different exhaust. I mean, it's got a good exhaust note, but they sold me the Acro whenever I was getting the bike, they's like, oh, well, we got this one here in stock. I'm like, okay, I don't want this thing sounding like a scooter. So it was dumb. I might try and sell the Acro and get the wings. I think the wings actually sounds better and it's cheaper. Whatever. All right, lessons learned. Ease of use of this switch block. Your control panel, your bane, your thorn in the side. I didn't mention it a minute ago, and I really don't. I don't know. These switches people constantly complain about on this bike, that bike, every bike. People talk about ease of use. It's just a learning curve. That's all it is. Whether it's easy or not, it doesn't matter. Each bike, you just have to get used to it. So don't worry about this, that, and the other. You're going to see videos of people just specifically making videos of how to work this stuff, how to navigate, how to adjust, and that's good. You need those videos so you can get used to it. But once you get used to it, it is like anything. It's just like your remote on your TV. For most of us, you already know where the buttons are. You don't even really need to look at it. You can just feel where they're at. It is fairly easy to use. It is nothing like the Ducati. The Ducati Multistrada does have so much more. The Honda that I had, the Africa Twin, also had the electronic suspension, so it was a little more involved in changing the settings, but it's just like anything. It just takes time to learn the switches. So get out there and play with the switches. Otherwise, I've even heard people complain about they don't like the cruise control on the left-hand side. I love it on the left-hand side. I personally think it's dumb to have the cruise control on the right-hand side because you're trying to set your speed while maintaining your speed. Yeah, I don't know, but it's so easy. You got the plus sign right here, and then the minus sign is back here. You got your go faster button right here and your whoa button up front, which is also how you adjust your oh, whoop, nope, turn off. Which is also how you adjust your slip control. Right there. See the big number 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, okay, so that's how you adjust your slip control whenever you have the rally mode. If you get the rally mode put on the bike. That's what I forgot. I forgot to say on my upgrades I got rally mode added. That's it. I'm not going to get the quick shifter, none of that stuff put on there. To me, fun, yeah. Practical, meh, no. Okay, so riding position on this bike. Personally, I could use handlebars with a little less sweep back, but these are fine. These are totally fine. And the standing position is really great. And standing position is also interpretive, right? So, damn it. So whenever you stand on a big ADV bike, the point of standing up on an adventure bike is typically because you're about to go through some crazy obstacles and you need the bike to, work underneath you. So that said, the point is to keep your legs somewhat straight, your knees back here, elbows out, butt out, and get ready for the bike to start doing some dancing, right? That's the whole point of standing up. Now, you can do the lazy stance, which is stand straight up and be comfortable. And if you set your bike up for that, you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're going to be doing this, rocking back and forth, and it is not going to be conducive to getting yourself off of some crazy terrain. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm just standing straight up. That's not what standing on an adventure bike is supposed to be set up for. You need to set it up for an aggressive stance, which means, oh shit, I'm about to get in some loose rocks like this right here, and then, you know, give it some gas and whatever. That's what people misinterpretate. Comfortable. People talk about being comfortable while standing on, well, with the standing position. Standing position is not designed to be comfortable. It's designed to be aggressive, because that's what that's why I always say get a dirt bike, learn how to ride a dirt bike. That way you can understand what the hell the riding positions are supposed to be and how they're supposed to be. All that being said, the standing position on this bike is great. It really is. And I'm 6 foot tall, so if you're over 6 foot, I think it'll still be fine, as long as you're not like 6'6" or some crazy nonsense like that. Was I supposed to? I think I was supposed to turn back there. No, I wasn't supposed to turn at all. I was supposed to go right across the freaking road. Okay, so that's enough about a rant on the standing position on this bike. Point is, it's great, but if you want to set it up as being comfortable, I would advise against it. It's your bike. You do what you want to do with it. How fast do you want to freaking go? Alright folks, well I can record all dadgum day long on this. So, I hope this was somewhat helpful. And if you are looking to get a KTM 1290 Super Adventure R and jam. And you got any other questions, leave them in the comments. I will get to them for sure. Alright folks, y'all have a good day, good night, or whatever makes you happy. See y'all later. Let's see y'all on the next one. Bye.